I want to see him execute. You know, I don't think, you know, there's still always things to work on. Grant fundamentally, he's got good technique. He throws the ball well. His arm is plenty strong. He runs well. So now it's all comes down to execution. You know, I don't think there's, you know, that you're sitting there talking about so much about his feet and the way he carries the ball and those different things like you are with Finley and some other guys. You're talking more about, hey, did you see this? Did you see that? You know, what'd you pre-snap? You're talking more football with him. We're talking more X's and O's, scheme, and then we're also talking more defenses and how to beat it. And so for Grant, it comes down to execution, you know, and as we and really when I said coming back and kind of just, you know, we've had a few just quick conversations after a play. What'd you see? That. Perfect. Good. Move on. You know, and you start to just hear him coach himself, you know, back to you basically. And I think that's where, you know, as a senior quarterback, that's really where you get to be. You know, you turn around and go, hey, I saw this, I saw that, I checked it down because of that. And you start to coach yourself up a little bit. And he's not there yet, but that's really what you hope to come out of spring with is just, you know, that idea. And he's had a better taste of it now, having a few games under his belt he started, to know, okay, this is what it's going to be like. And along with the execution, just, you know, the level of how his intensity as he plays out there. You know, so I'm talking about his focus, I'm talking about his speed of how he plays, because regardless of the drill we're doing or what type of tempo we're in, we need to play fast. And I play fast from the quarterback, not tempo and offense, but play fast from the quarterback position at all times.
What's your philosophy in terms of him running the ball? Because, you know, Pete was kind of hesitant, particularly with the quarterback situation, to let him get out there and run a ton. What's your philosophy with that?
Do what we got to do. Should probably ask him that. Yeah, it'd be a question for him.
So if he's got to run 20 times, you're okay having
We'll run him, yeah, because he's got the ability to do that. And I think that's part of who we are. You know, we utilize our quarterback in different ways. You know, it also depends on how we develop, you know, up front, tight end wise, and different ways to maybe not have to do those things, but if we have to, we will. You know, we can generate some yardage and some different plays by utilizing our quarterbacks. Regardless of it, we're still going to do that. How much we do it, that depends. But he will run, and then unscheduled plays, you know, for Grant, you can hang on and maybe throw the deep comeback, or you can stick your foot in the ground and go run for as many yards, you know, and guarantee that we're going to get him, and he's got the ability to do that. When he does, he's going to have to run, and the one thing about Grant, I think Grant's a tough guy. You know, so when he does run, he's a smart runner, but he'll run, and if he needs to go get it, he'll go get it.
What have you seen out of Stuart, and how much has Finley been able to do?
Yeah, well, I'll talk about Finley first. Finley keeps progressing. He's now as tolerated. We've kind of held him back out of the team, and he tried to insert himself the other day, and we pulled him out of there. So, you know, we've just kind of basically taken the training wheels off and just said, you got to tell us how you feel. So we'll let him get some team reps now. The more he throws, the better he feels. You know, it's just keeping his arm loose. But he's starting to get more confidence with it. Tommy, I think Tommy's doing a real good job. I don't think we overcoach Tommy. Just let Tommy play. We'll let him go out there and play football. He just finds the guys and throws them open. But he's learning this system. You know, I think for any new quarterback and something completely new, you're just trying to figure out what exactly are the expectations of me on these particular plays. And the one thing about Tommy can make plays. He's figuring it out. He doesn't have all the concepts right now. He'll probably struggle a little bit more as we go into tomorrow's practice, but it'll all start to make sense, because one of the things about Tommy spends about as much time as I've seen anybody around here in the film room trying to figure it out. And the one thing I can guarantee is he will. He'll get it figured out, and he's doing a nice job. But I do like the way he's operating out there. I like the way he's seeing certain things, and we just got to keep progressing with him. So he's done a good job.
You got a big smile on your face.
I'm just thinking about well, we have a play in there, and we can give the tight end an indicator of what we want him to do. And Tommy didn't know the indicator, he didn't know the tight end's name, so we just started yelling, "Tight end, tight end!" And they got it right, and they connected for a touchdown. So that's what I'm saying. That's Tommy. Tommy, he's like, I didn't know what the signal was. I didn't know his name. I just yelled tight end, and he looked at him like, I got you. So it all worked out. So that's why we just don't overcoach Tommy. He'll be just fine. Just let him go out there and play.
You were running a drill the other day with quarterbacks. You said in your press conference you wanted to be involved. What is your role going to be with those quarterbacks?
Well, that was one. Mike was working with the holders, and I wanted to go over there and just work a couple drills with them. Probably that from a drill standpoint. Do a couple things with them, watch them. I can critique the fundamentals and different things. My role in practice, Mike's on the sideline, he's calling the plays, and we're getting it signaled in. I'm standing back there, and as those guys turn around, I'm just asking them a quick question: What'd you see? All right, why didn't you throw the first read? They're just looking, and they're kind of getting the play and answering my question at the same time. I'm just trying to gauge, what they're thinking. All right, so I can relay that to Mike. That can help him, out there at practice, so he can, as we have time in between some drills, he can talk to those guys about certain things. But just trying to talk to those guys and just educate them on what we're doing. At the same time, I think my job for the quarterback is to make sure that the operation is right, and not just on them, but everything else around them. And if it's not, to make sure that it gets right for those guys. Other than that, film room, I've got my opinions on, what we're doing or how we're doing it or how we're drilling certain things, or how we're reading certain things from the quarterback standpoint, from how we've done it to, maybe a change now and talking through it before we change something to make sure we're on the same page.